Okay, so we're going to start off on our backs today with your feet out mat distance apart on your back, and then allow your knees to not put together in the middle. Shut down your eyes and just start tuning into your breath, noticing where you're at right now. Maybe your hands are out wide, or maybe you have one hand on your belly and one on your chest. Just begin to take note of how you're feeling right now. If you've got energy, your mind is buzzing, or if you're still getting yourself adjusted and ready for the day. Work on elongating your breath so that your inhales are the same length as your exhales. We don't want to hold our breath at the top or at the bottom of the exhale. And then take your right hand on your chest and begin to tap on your breastbone with your fingertips, gently and softly, like rain pattering down on the earth. Begin to increase the speed and the intensity of the taps a little bit harder now. A little bit harder still. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Notice the slight vibrations in your chest, the energy vibrating down through your fingertips and down through your legs and feet. Bring your knees upright, and we're going to allow our knees to fall over to the left. And inhale, knees come back up. Exhale, let your knees drop to the right. Inhale, knees come back up through center. Exhale, knees fall to the left. Inhale, knees back up. Exhale to the right. And just let them windshield wiper back and forth, your own time and at your own breath. Bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a little hug. And take the top of your knees and draw circles on the roof. Release your feet back down onto the mat. Hands come down next to you. And just feel the weight of your shoulders through your spine and the back of your pelvis on the mat. Inhale, press up into bridge. Pull your knees together as if you've got a block in between your knees. And inhale, arms come up above your head. Exhale, hands come to your side. Inhale, arms come up above the head. Exhale, hands come to side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to side. One more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands come back to your side. Slowly let your spine come back down onto the mat. Bring your knees into your chest and rock side to side. Release your feet back down. And just walk your heels so that you can skim the top of your heels with your fingertips. Inhale, press your hips up into bridge once more. This time you might like to lace your fingers underneath your spine, tuck your shoulder blades in to really open up the chest. Press your hips up through your heels of your feet. One more breath. And release down. Bring your knees into your chest one more time. Reach your feet between your hands between your feet, and we're going to come into happy baby. Heels up to the sky. Maybe grabbing the outside of your feet, or you might like to grab your big toes. Maybe you gently rock back side to side, or just stay still. Bring your feet back down onto the mat. Again, skim your heels with your fingertips. Press your hands down onto the mat, and inhale, hips come up into bridge one more time. This time we're going to focus on engaging our abdominals, and we're going to drop our right hip down and back up through center. Left hip drops, back up through center. Ooh, someone's trying to get in. And we're going to bring our knees into our chest one last time here. Rock side to side. And then we're going to take our hands behind our hamstrings, and this time we're going to rock forward and back along our spine and make our way into tabletop. Taking your time, there's no rush. So we make our way into tabletop. Hands underneath our shoulders. Open your fingertips nice and wide with your middle or your forefinger pointing forward. Inhale, belly drops, chest comes forward. Exhale, press the mat away, tuck your chin in. Inhale, belly drop, chest forward. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, chin to chest. Take a couple more rounds of cat-cow here in your own time, in your own breath. Maybe adding some other movements in if that feels good for you, like your hips coming side to side or rocking forward and back. Come back to a neutral spine and tuck your toes under. Lift your hips into downward dog. Walk out your dog here. Bring a little bit of movement, opening up the back of our legs. Come to stillness in your downward dog. Let's bring a deep bend into our knees, really pressing our pelvis towards the top back wall of your room and elongating the spine and the arms. Straighten your legs back into a downward dog, and then tiptoe to the front of your mat in a forward fold. Let your head hang heavy here. Maybe you grab opposite elbows with your hands and rock side to side. Let your head hang heavy and really feel the weight of your head and your shoulders, allowing a nice deep curl of the spine. Release your hands back down to the mat. And inhale to a halfway lift. Hands come to shins or thighs, really elongating your spine, reaching the crown of your head forward. And exhale, fold back down. Inhale, slowly come up to standing. And hands come to heart center. Take a moment here to get yourself settled. Open up, pick up all 10 of your toes, open them up wide, and feel yourself gripping into the mat. Elongate your spine. Again, reaching the crown of your head up and opening up the front of your chest. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or thighs. Exhale, fold down. Bring a bend into the knees, and your hands come flat onto the mat, and step back into plank. Always have the option to bring your knees down into plank. Slowly lower your belly onto the mat. Inhale, press up, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, press a little bit higher. And release. And inhale, press up again into cobra. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes under. Press up through tabletop and into downward dog. Here for 3 breaths. Come up onto your tiptoes and walk to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. And inhale, slowly come up to standing, mountain pose. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back into plank. Lower down onto your chest, keeping your elbows tucked into your rib cage. Inhale, press up through cobra or up dog. We're going to hold here for a minute, opening up the chest, pulling the shoulder blades down your spine. Tuck your toes, lift your heels, downward dog. Inhale, right leg raises, 3-legged dog. Bring your knee to your nose. Exhale, extend. Bring your right leg forward and plant it between your feet. Left knee drops down. Inhale, reach up into crescent. Reach your arms up. Just take a moment here, noticing your body, paying attention to your hips. If both of your hip bones are pointing towards the front of your mat, we don't want any opening up. All right, this is the point if you have blocks, you're going to use them as we move into half splits. So you'll take the blocks on either side of your left knee, straighten your right leg, flex your right foot into half splits. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. One more time, lift and lengthen. And exhale, fold. While we're here in this pose, you have options. If you flex your foot more, it's going to engage the back of your leg and bring a deeper stretch. You want to pull your right leg into your socket. Again, keeping both of your hips pointing forward. Bend your right knee, shift your weight forward. Inhale up, crescent lunge. Bring some energy into your hands here, really reaching up. And exhale back into half splits. Inhale, lengthen and open the chest. And exhale, fold forward. One last time, inhale, right knee bends, up into crescent lunge. Bring your hands on either side of your right foot, tuck your left toe, raise your left knee. Left hand's planted, right arm reaches up into a runner's lunge twist. On your next exhale, we're going to pivot into warrior two, right leg in front. Gaze over your right fingertips. Reach your hands behind your back, open your chest, and right arm, shoulder comes down to right knee, humble warrior. Release your hands down and pivot just back into a nice runner's lunge. Shift your weight back into your left foot. Right foot comes back, downward dog. Inhale, right leg raises. Sorry, left leg. Bring your knee to your nose. Exhale, extend three-legged dog. Bring your left foot through, plant your left foot down, right knee drops. Inhale up, high lunge. Crescent lunge. Exhale, straighten your left leg, sink your weight back into half splits. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Shift your weight forward, bend your right knee, arms come up, crescent lunge. Straighten your left leg, weight shifts back, half splits. Pull your left femur into your hip socket. Inhale, lengthening, and exhale, folding, using your breath to help with the pose. Shift your weight forward. Inhale up, crescent lunge, one more time. Plant your hands down on the mat, tuck your right toe, lift your right knee, right hand comes down, left arm reaches up, twist and runner's lunge. One more breath here, and as we exhale, we pivot into warrior two. Left knee bent, gaze over your left fingertips. Clasp your hands behind your back, opposite thumb on top this time. Open your chest, and then we fold forward, left shoulder to left knee. Release your hands down on either side of your foot, and left leg comes back to meet right in downward dog. Here for 3 breaths. This time we're going to do the same sequence, but matching one movement to breath. Inhale, extend your right leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right leg comes through, drop your left knee. Inhale, arms come up, crescent. Exhale, shift your weight back. You can use airplane arms as we're moving a bit more quickly this time instead of using your blocks. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, half splits. Inhale up, crescent. Exhale, place your hands on the mat. Lift your left knee. Plant your left hand, right arm reaches up. Exhale, open into warrior two. Inhale, hands clasped behind your back. Open your chest, fold forward into humble warrior, right shoulder to right knee. Hold here for 1. Release your hands. And this time we're going to walk our right foot out to the right wide side of the mat. So our hands are both inside of our right foot. Drop your left knee here. And here we are in lizard. So if you can't see me very well in the video, it's like this. So we're going to stay here just for a few breaths, really opening up our hips. There's a few options you can make. If you want to use your blocks under your elbows, you can come down onto your elbows to really get deeper into that pose. Or maybe you bring your right hand on that right knee and open up the hip. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Come back onto your hands. Tuck your left toe, lift your left knee. And we're going to step our right leg back into downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, plant your left foot, drop your right knee. Inhale, reach up, crescent. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, reach up, crescent. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, reach up, crescent. Plant your hands on either side of your foot. Lift your right knee, plant your right hand. Open up your left arm to sky. On the next exhale, we're going to open up into warrior 2. Clasp your hands behind your back. Open your chest. Fold forward, humble warrior. Release your hands onto the mat and scoot your left foot out wide this time. Into lizard. Right knee comes down. So we'll be here for a few breaths. Play around with it. Maybe you want to come down onto your elbows. Maybe your left hand comes to left knee to open it up. Bring a little twist. Three more breaths. Tuck your toes, lift your right knee, and bring your left foot back into downward dog. Two more breaths here. Inhale, right leg extends up. Exhale, right leg comes forward, left knee comes down. Inhale, reach up, crescent. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, splits. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, hands come down. Tuck your toes, lift your left knee. Left hand stays down, right arm reaches up. Exhale, open into warrior 2. Bring your hands behind your back. Open your chest. Right shoulder comes to right knee, humble warrior. One more breath here. And this time we're going to come back up into warrior 2. See if you can sink a bit deeper into your right knee. And inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale to side angle. Your right elbow can come down to right knee, or you can extend your right hand down. Inhale, reverse. Exhale to side angle. Inhale, back to warrior 2. Straighten your right leg. Reach forward with your right hand. Right hand comes to right shin, or use your block, Trikonasana, triangle pose. One more breath. And exhale. Windmill your hands back down to frame your right foot. And step your right foot back to downward dog. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, extend your left leg. Exhale, left foot comes forward, drop your right knee. Inhale, reach up, crescent. Exhale, back, half splits. Inhale, up, crescent. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, up, crescent. Exhale, plant your hands. Lift your right knee. Right hand comes down. Reach your left hand up. On your next exhale, we pivot into warrior two. Clasp your hands behind your back. Open your chest. Left shoulder to left knee. Humble warrior. One more breath. And exhale up, back into warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale to side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale to side angle. Back up to warrior two. Straighten your left leg. Reach forward with your left hand to shin. Right arm reaches up. Trikonasana, triangle pose. One more breath. On your next exhale, windmill your arms back down onto the mat. Step your left foot back into downward dog. Here for 3 breaths. And on our next exhale, we're going to do a lion's breath. So we're going to open our mouth really wide, stick your tongue out, and just exhale loudly. So inhale together. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale out any stagnant energy, breath in your body. Bring your knees down onto the mat and bring the mat distance width apart, toes touching, hips come back into child's pose. Take a moment to tune in with your body, see how you're feeling. Notice your breath, notice your heart. Take a sip of water if you need it. And while we're here, just allow your body to begin to get heavy on the mat, your hips sinking down, your shoulders releasing. Bring a nice curl into the back. Being in child's pose activates our parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest reflexes. Notice where your thoughts are at right now. They begin to drift away from your practice. Bring them back to your breath. And allow your breath to focus you. We're going to take a couple more breaths here. And then press yourself up slightly. Bring your knees back under your hips. And we're going to walk our hands forward into puppy pose. So our hips stay high. There's still a 90-degree bend in our knees. And you allow your chest to come forward onto the mat, resting your chin or forehead. So this will be a lot of opening through the back of your arms and the front of your body. One more breath here. And then press yourself up and come onto your elbows into Sphinx. So we're supporting ourselves here on our elbows. Hands can be out wide or in prayer pose in front of you. You might like to keep your neck in a neutral position, or if it feels good, you can let your head hang. We want to focus on this pose, really releasing our muscles and not using any muscular support to support us. It's just our bones keeping us up. Notice your shoulders if they're feeling tight, and allow them to release. Scan down to your belly where your hips are pressing into the mat. Notice the slight compression in your lower spine. Notice your glutes and your thighs. And if you're just still tensing on in any way here, let those muscles soften. Bring your gaze back up through your spine, through your chest, and into your neck, into your face. Are your cheeks holding any tension? Is your forehead tight? Notice the air coming in through your nose and out a bit warmer. If you're good, stay here. If this does get too much on your lower spine, you can always come down lying on your front. However, if you're still in Sphinx with me here, we're going to move our hands out a bit wider, press up into seal. Again, allow your hips to hang heavy into the mat and open up the front of the chest. Shoulder blades come down the spine. Here for 3 more breaths. And release down. Press it back up into tabletop. We're just going to recalibrate the spine by doing a couple cat-cows. Doing whatever movement feels best for you after that back bend. All right, so this is the point when we are going to use our pillows. I'm going to face towards the screen at this point, and we're going to move our way into frog. So Julie and Mom, if you're on a hard surface, you might also want to use a blanket underneath your knees or come long ways again on your mat. But Fraser and I have the carpet here, so our knees are probably going to be good. So we're going to have the bolster pillow right between us, and then we're going to starting to shift our knees out wide. So we're going to be doing a really deep hip stretch here in frog. So just kind of get as far as you can get, like you can see me, and then start to come forward onto your elbows. And this is where we're going to use the blanket or the pillows as support under our chest or under your hips as you sink a bit lower. So we're going to come forward on our elbows and just notice where your hips are at right now. So this is a really intense pose, and we're going to be here for a couple minutes and just start to notice the difference as our muscles are here for longer, how they'll begin to release and open up a lot more. So maybe your head hangs heavy, maybe you even come forward and rest your forehead on your hands, on your fists, on the mat. And just take note of what the intensity is here for you. It shouldn't be any more than 60 to 70%. If it does become more than that, it's time to step back a little bit. But as we're here for a bit longer, you might notice that your knees gradually start to move out a little bit on their own. Or if it does start to be too easy, less than 60% intensity, maybe you can start to shift your knees out a bit wider yourself. Be here for about 1 more minute. And while we're here, let's just focus on our breath. Coming back to the simple mantra of I'm breathing in and I'm breathing out. I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. see if it's time to switch to positioning of your legs a little bit. Let your hips sink a bit deeper. Five more breaths. And then when you're feeling ready, begin to press yourself back up onto your elbows and then onto your hands. Shift your knees in. And we're going to sit down onto our bottoms and bring your knees into your chest. So kind of like we do on our back sometimes, but we're just going to do it here sitting, just really gently as a the cat's just made a very strange squeak here. All right, see how you're feeling. Maybe you bring your forehead to your knees, bring your heels a bit closer into your pelvis, really balling yourself up into a little seed. Two more breaths. And then unfold yourself and make your way onto your back. Reach your arms up above your head. And we're going to grab our left wrist with our right hand and stretch our left hand to the top right corner of our mat. Shift your hips to the left side of the mat and then cross your left ankle on top of your right. And maybe if you're feeling good, you can bring your feet over to the right side of your mat. So we've got a full side body stretch here for the whole left side of our body in banana pose. While you're here, spend some time just noticing the opening on the left side of the body. We're really stretching out all the fascia, the connective tissue that runs from our feet through our legs and our side body, through our arms and our neck. And gentle stretches like this for the fascia can really help to open them up, bring more mobility, flexibility, just like liquid goodness and hydration through the body. Notice if there's any muscle tightness, any holding on, and allow those muscles to relax. Uncross your ankles, move your hips back to the middle of the mat. Reach both arms up high, point your toes, full body stretch here, a bit dynamic. And then release. This time, grab your right wrist with your left hand, reach it up the top left corner of your mat. Hips move a little bit over to the right side of the mat, and then right ankle crosses over left to open up the right side body. Feel the opening, feel the space you're creating. Allow the muscles to soften. Uncross your ankles and let go of your wrist. We'll take one more full body stretch here. And then bring your knees into your chest. Gently rocking side to side. If there's any last movements you'd like to bring into your practice today, take a few breaths to do those. That might even just be extending the legs up high. Maybe take bridge again. And then we release our legs back down to the mat. Let them fall out flat, wide on your mat, arms out to your sides, or maybe on your chest and belly. Inhale in and exhale. Inhale, filling up your lungs through your diaphragm, your rib cage, and your chest. Exhale out, chest, rib cage, diaphragm. Inhale, diaphragm, rib cage, chest. Exhale, chest, rib cage, diaphragm. Inhale in, diaphragm, rib cage, chest. Exhale, chest, rib cage, diaphragm. Take a couple more deep, calming breaths here. Notice any thoughts coming through your mind. Acknowledge them and allow them to drift away, leaving you with a clear and focused mind for your Shavasana. We'll be here for a couple of minutes, and I'll let you know when it's time to move on. And to bring your awareness back into your breath. Breathing life and energy back into the body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Draw circles with your wrists and ankles. Inhale, reach up above your head, full body stretch. And exhale, bring your knees into your chest. Gently make your way onto one side, keeping your eyes closed. And thank yourself for making it onto the mat today. Press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Eyes can remain closed or gaze gentle in front of you. Inhale, arms come up above the head. Exhale, hands come to heart center, pressing your thumbs into your chest. We close our practice with gratitude. Gratitude for our mind and the focus it gives us. Gratitude for our breath and the life it gives us. And gratitude for our body and all it does for us. We bring our hands up to our forehead, our third eye, our intuition. The light in me sees the light in you. I'm very grateful for you joining me today. Thank you.